Big stuff in the NFT world. It does not stop. It never ends. It just keeps going. And we're just going to have to fire up, the NFT news network or something, because there is so much activity. Today, we welcome the one and only bro. Kenn Bosak will be with us. The fellas from GeePeeKay. No, not that GeePeeKay. The other GeePeeKay. We got Matt and Rory are going to be joining us. And we have the one and only Goat Lord, the man, DeadMau5 himself. It's the father-son team here for you on episode number 108 of the Nifty Show.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Zach are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Zach say this will blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.
So guess which one I am? Am I the father or the son?
I feel like that's going to be tough for the audience to puzzle out.
No, you guys figure it out. Joel Comm here, Zach Comm there, and you are whoever you are out there. Welcome to episode number 108.
Oh, I'm unmuted. All right. Hi, everybody.
Ken, you're not on yet, dude. I'll let you know when you are, though. You'll know, like the whole world will know when you're on. He's like waiting in the wings going, I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to go. Zach, how you feeling, man? This has been a tough few days.
The ups don't come without the downs. There's always a silver lining, but just as there's always a silver lining for a cloud in the sky, I need some sort of analogy for the inverse. There's always a trough at the bottom of the mountain. I'm not sure. I got to work on that one.
There's always a poop in the, never mind. Just don't step in it. We'll talk a little bit more about the State of the Union with Draco Dice and what's happened these past few days a little later in the show. But we want to jump right in with our first guest because he's eager to talk. He's a great friend of the show. You've done some podcasting with him. It is the one, the only original Bitcoin bro, Kenn Bosak. Ken, bro.
There we go. Hey, how goes it, everybody?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, bros. I'm doing better now. Had a rough morning, but it's good to see you guys. It's always good to see Zach. Thanks for having me on.
We're here to bring sunshine into your world.
Yeah, man, I can feel it. I feel the positive vibes. Trust me. It's much appreciated and much needed also.
Zach, when are you guys going to, do your game stream? Because you were doing Saturday night?
I'm starting to think that we're going to pick it back up after some of the dust settles around our current endeavors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the endeavors, dust settling is right around the corner for a lot of the things I had preoccupying. I was heads down, not dev mode, but team mode. And everything's pretty much finalized and come to fruition. So I'd love to get that back up and running.
Dude, I got to say I look at Wax. You're like the only person not the only person. You're the biggest single name, right? When you look at collections that are named after people, it's you, it's Crypto Stash, and Any Observation, right? Are the ones, unless I'm missing somebody.
I don't want to take anything away from anybody, but I'm the only one who used their birth given name.
That is also true, and that takes away nothing. And there's so many NFTs in this collection that are made by so many different artists. This is actually one of my favorites right here. Is the Kenny doll?
Yeah. I'm rocking the Kenny doll T-shirt right now. It's an augmented. AR collectible NFT action figure. That's how it's like so many words all in one.
I think it's important to note that it all started a little over a year ago with this guy right here, the original Bitcoin bro.
Yeah, the origins.
Yeah, and you discovered Wax, and it was like you just grabbed it by the horns and went nuts.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw how you were using Wax for NFTs in a way that wasn't, just impossible, but infeasible, right? Like you couldn't even use your imagination around Ethereum to do the things that you were already executing on Wax. And honestly, it was very inspirational, man. You know, it took that brick wall that was around my imagination of what's possible with NFTs because I was only thinking like Ethereum on chain, possibilities. And then it was like that brick wall was demolished by blockchain heroes, and my mind opened, and all these what ifs turned into executable events. It's been amazing. So yeah, it's definitely been inspirational what you've done with NFTs, because especially at the time, when you launched Blockchain Heroes on Wax, I was there at NFT NYC, and everybody was giving you shit about not using Ethereum. Everybody, and you were there. I think Wax was like 3 cents, and you were trying to tell people at the time, like, I know it's not worth what Ethereum's worth, but it's still worth giving it a shot. And that motivated me to really, really give it that shot.
And you sort of tapped into this wider desire for something that was more accessible for people to start using NFTs, because while Blockchain Heroes might have opened the floodgates for you opens the floodgates for tons of other creators to come in and discover how easy and quick and cheap it is to create NFTs on Wax. And now you probably have the most replicated likeness on Wax NFTs. That title previously being held by none other than Joel.
Yeah, I feel like it's Joel. I think it may be third place because I know Joel's definitely first. Then maybe Dorian Nakamoto for the Satoshi likeness, and then myself. But yeah, I mean, if to be on like the equivalent of the Mount Rushmore of faces and NFTs, all thanks to Joel and Travis and everybody, yourself included, Zach, on the Blockchain Heroes team. I really do appreciate it. It's something I like to brag about. I brought my mom, to Shitcoin 2021 so she could understand crypto a little bit, just enough that she would understand what I'm bragging about.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard the words "mom" and "shitcoin" in the same sentence.
And
You know how
probably
many times my mom said the word shitcoin that day? Like, oh, shitcoin, it's right down there.
well, you're next level and stuff now, and
Yeah.
there's a new website out. We'll look at the one that's got a lot of your older NFTs on in a bit, but brobros420.com is your new membership club. Let's put that up, and now why don't you tell people what you want them to know about this?
Okay, so I guess first things first, there's only 420. If they do sell out, we have a plan to do it quarterly. So, we'll see what happens. But as of right now, we sold about 35 memberships. They are $420 each. We haven't like pre-minted any and given them away to the team or given them away to friends or anything. Everybody's just bought one. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm surprised it hasn't sold out yet. I'm like, well, I know I could make it look like it did, but we're going on the grassroots natural direction. And I was at NFT NYC. Me and my team, about 5 people, I had come out. I helped them come out to NFT, and we, as a team of 5, helped on ramp at least 15 people, hands on, buy Wax for the first time, use that Wax to buy, the membership, and then reaching out to projects like Draco Dice, thanks to Zach. We can offer these exclusive drops to our members, and that again goes back to you, Joel, where you inspired me with the Nifty box. I mean, I immediately stole your idea and begged for forgiveness because I have a membership program for my Nifty box because I made a shard of it. But like you're such an inspiration, bro, on so many levels that like a lot of what I'm doing is accredited to what you did and wouldn't exist if you didn't do it. So the
Well,
membership is just like a homage, pays homage and tribute to the Nifty box. So if you're a member, you can get you got a pack of Draco dice, and I thought that, being able to provide that value to members that are joining, this membership, and being able to, get exclusive drops. So whenever I do a drop for my sales, like recently I turned 33 in New York, and everybody that was a member, they got a free birthday NFT. There was only 33 mints. And AJ, my artist, he works from Wax directly now. So it's like, it's low key. These are really cool pieces of art if people looked at the metadata, read it in DYOR. And we're already hooking people up. We had Mint Money already announced a partnership. Play Cartel has already distributed packs to all the members. We're out here actively seeking in Miami more partners that want to reward people. And this is the thing, how many people offer money to me to promote them? I don't want your money. Give something to my community, and if my community likes it, we're going to talk about you. And, that's that grassroots natural adoption. And I think a lot of projects that we talk to are really, really interested in that rather than the legacy, ICO shill stuff. Like, it's create a community, don't create a customer base.
Now, I wanted to hone in on that because I was also at NFT NYC, and I attended the panel that Kenn was on, which was about building gamified communities. And everything this guy had to say on the subject was about maximizing the value that is returned to community members. And it's not in an investment or with an ROI mindset, but rather just these people are aligned with me and I'm doing what I'm doing because they are here. They're enabling me to create. They are one of the most important pieces of everything I'm doing. So maximizing what those people are getting out of things on every level is the priority.
Yeah, I mean, this is a subcontracted company, like under my store, under my, Kenn Bosak gift shop, GIF on Atomic Hub. I hired, the digital asset to do this under my store. So this is a whole team I hired to do this, and all the sales from the Kenny doll, I don't touch none of it. 100% of those sales go right back to the guy I hired, already paid in full, but he gets paid every time these sell. And that money goes back into keeping this, having cooler accessories, updating. So now it's a machine that runs under my brand that I never have to monitor because he's monetarily incentivized for life to keep doing this. And I get secondary market fees, 15% for life. I could die and my store is still going to keep having somebody else run it as a subcontractor under the umbrella. And I just partnered with an artist and an art director really to handle the bubblegum NFTs. I don't know if you remember those. I did them. I did a batch of 1,000. Starting today, everybody got an NFT every single day for the rest of forever. As far as I know, this guy, the way I paid him and the way he's taken it over, they already got their first NFT. Every day they're going to get an NFT.
Wow. So it says here that this is an online society of stoners. Do I have to be a stoner to be a member?
No, not at all. It's just full
Okay.
disclosure at that point. You know what I mean? Like, just so you know what you're getting into,
I know what I'm into, and I
we
want
don't
to
take things too
inspire.
seriously over here. It's obviously not financial advice. It's just bro advice,
There we go. I just bought one. I want to
Thank
inspire
you.
others out there. I want to be in the club
I
here,
really
and now
appreciate it,
there's
dude.
one less available, so you guys can go grab one of these
Oh,
here.
cool story. You're going to get one of those bubblegum NFT machines. So every member for a few, until they kind of run out of, availability, as you buy a membership, you'll get a bubblegum NFT machine. They're worth $100 at the drop right now. And that money, if you buy from the drop, goes directly to the person I got to run it. So they make the money for every sale. That's going to incentivize cooler shit to be dropped. I live off the 15% secondary market fee. So I already have two companies under my company. And I tweeted out last night, really, really big news. Joel, bro, I swear to God, I'm going to make you so proud. You're going to take a flight out here just to hug me when I tell you what I pulled off last night. 2 days, give me 2 days, and I'm going to be able to release some of the best news. I've talked about this. It just happened last night, and it's real. I got an LLC, I got a TM, I got lawyers, I got an assistant, I got a manager. I have like 10 people on my team on payroll. Like I've I've done well for myself enough that my responsibility now is to put as many people into the same position as me so they can do the same thing for the people that help them and the same people that help them and the same people who help them, and it just never ends.
You know, we all stand on the shoulders of giants, and I appreciate the compliments, but there's nothing new under the sun, right? We all iterate off of ideas that came before us. I certainly didn't come up with the
But it's
idea
the
for,
execution of iteration that aspires inspiration, and that
yeah,
is a very personal touch to something, bro. Like, for real, anybody could have done it, but the way they would have done it wouldn't have hit the same.
understood and
What was
received.
that movie about the Beatles? You know, that guy, he remembered all the Beatles songs, but nobody else did, and they just didn't hit the same.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, just because, he knew really good music that nobody could remember, he couldn't execute it the same. It didn't feel the same. It didn't inspire people the same, man. It's the people who execute those things. Like, it's you, dude. It's you guys. It's the whole team.
It wasn't John Paul, George, or Ringo, right? All right, so there's a token here on the page too, the Kenn token. Let's talk about what is going to happen with this thing.
I am so proud of this thing already, and that is honestly thanks to Blue Deck immediately. If it wasn't for them, Kenn would have still been on the back burner without a utility. So yeah, Kenn token is available on Alcor on Swap. We provided over $100,000 in liquidity, so we could get a market listing for buy and sell orders. We reach a penny, 2 pennies, half a penny. It's been a lot of fun watching people play around with it. I think the original pre-sale to help us start it was a tenth of a penny. Right now you can provide liquidity on Alcor. You can stake your LP on Blue Deck and you can earn blue, which I mean honestly I've been recommending, cash out until you earn back what you put in or whatever, and then after you get back doing that, maybe you could compound that and have fun with it and have no emotional attachment, because whatever you put in, you already got back out, because there is that mechanic. Outside of that, Crypto Sultan was the first sale on Atomic Hub to use Nifty blocks to accept Kenn token for their NFTs. I believe he raised over $1,000 in sales already, selling his NFT packs and only accepting the Kenn token. So yeah, we got Nifty listed Kenn. So if you or anybody in the world wants to support me, even without buying it, you could show some love by just having an exclusive drop that's only available for Kenn. Like I did this a lot for Dust. If you wanted to buy some of my NFTs, they were only available for Dust, and that was my way of showing Nifty Wizards and the Magic Dust team appreciation. I didn't really have to go out of my way to buy it, but I could incentivize a lot more people to go out and buy it and then trade it for some really dope art. And then I diamond hands and hodled it. You already know.
I almost asked about the tattoo on the palm, because this is the first time I think I've seen the diamond hands tattoo. How recent is that?
It's actually pretty old. I got it in Hawaii, or right before I went to Hawaii. I got it in LA, and it was the most painful tattoo of my life, and that's why I still haven't had the courage to get the second one done.
Yikes.
Yeah, but one day, I believe one day it will happen. I
Just get a
found this
Sharpie, man. Just get a Sharpie.
I
Like, it's
found this magic cream from China, and when I got my Splinterlands tattoo, I felt nothing. It was the most comfortable tattoo in my life.
huh. So I want to know why you didn't call this a broad map right here on the website.
As the bromunity grew and grew, the bronology bronaculars took over, and yeah, that was a early. I mean, the roadmap. Honestly, we wanted to get out before anything, right? We wanted people to know we had some kind of a vision where we were kind of going with this, and yeah, then the community built around it and started using bro in front of everything. And I love it. And I actually have a Brokemon series launching because of that inspiration. Yeah, so much happening that's fun. But yeah, we have the roadmap for the Bro Bros 420. We're going to be doing a game, basically, where we're hoping these 420 memberships would have sold out. We've been to conferences, doing tours. I have enough friends in this space. I bought enough different people's collections. Maybe they would, I don't know. But anyway, once they sell out, we wanted to have a race in a way to find these mint one of ones, right? So it's like a mint one of one race, and you're racing to find this golden joint, right? And whoever finds the golden joint first, we were looking to back it by a portion of these sales that we're doing, because honestly, the 420 Bro memberships, I have 100% foregoed any of the profits at all. The money's going towards the team, and it's going towards token liquidity, and it's going to make sure that if anything happens to me, that somebody has money to make sure people are paid to make this run forever and ever and ever. Like, that's what the memberships I'm stepping back from taking any profits from the first market sales. Secondary market are all mine. Gimme, num, num, num. But I want an artist to, we were doing 50%. I talked to the team. Maybe we're going to lower it to 30 in case artists are looking to work with us. But as of now, we've been giving every artist 50% of everything. And then the other 50% with the team, liquidity, stuff like that. And yeah, man, we've been giving the artists free art that we drop. And as we drop more art from my collection, they're going to be getting free art as members. They're going to have exclusive access to things that, only members have access to. And again, all inspired by the Nifty box. And I honestly was your earliest supporter. I can't believe that they didn't sell out faster. I tried to educate people about NFTs more and more, because what the Nifty box was doing was making it a passive NFT collection possible. And
Right.
for, I think, like, what was it, $1,000 and like $100 or something?
It was 1,000 for a King membership, of which we sold out 100, and it was 350-ish for the stars, of which we have 180 in distribution. I'm glad you're picking up where we left off, though, because I'm not doing it again. And they expire December 31st. It's a lot of work. We've got too much other stuff going on. And so, those are going to expire. You're picking up where we left off.
I didn't know that you were doing that, Joel, man. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
So there you go. Hey, guys, go check it out, brobros420.com. I just bought one. Join the club. Kenn always likes to over-deliver. His team behind him like to over-deliver, and I can't wait to see what kind of goodies you're going to drop our way, man.
Yeah. Oh, check it out. You can also buy a membership with Kenn token. So if you bought a whale pack, you could have got a pretty good discount buying a membership with Kenn token right now. If you use Dust for Nifty Wizards, we just listed that availability, and I believe that's a pretty decent discount. So if you don't want to use Wax, go pick up some Dust, or if you earn Dust in Telegram, playing around in the Blockchain Heroes Telegram, use your Dust to buy a membership, and then hodl your Wax. But Joel, Zach, everybody, I really appreciate your time for tuning in. As always, Bros, have a day.
Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you guys.
He's the best. Simply the bestest. brobros420.com. By the way, you might also want to check out his other site, NFT4, the number 4 sale.com, where he's got lists of a lot of the different collabs. I mean, these are hilarious. They're so good. I hadn't seen these. These are so fantastic. It's like Scooby-Doo.
I love the Scooby-Doo ones.
Right? And I would have gotten them if it wasn't for you darn kids as well. Look at all of them. So many. All right. Well, from one super cool set, now we got 2 super cool guys coming up on the show. And one of them just keeps coming back. I'm going to call him Boomerang. Rory Mcqueen, the artist responsible for so many collections that we've had on the show from R2 Collectibles. And he's accompanied by Matt Oldweiler. They have a new set that is coming out here on Saturday, November 13th called GeePeeKay, GeePeeKay.io. Great shades of Garbage Pail Kids. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you back again. And
thank you very much. Tough act to follow with Kenn there.
Yeah, he is something, isn't he? Okay, so the first I heard GeePeeKay, I thought, wait, are they doing something with tops? And then it dawned on me, oh wait, you're doing like a spoof of something.
Actually, quite the opposite. I
Okay.
think Matt will fill you in what GeePeeKay is.
Yeah, I mean, just in a nutshell, like about 20 years ago, I started my site as just a reference site for Garbage Pail Kids, for a way to people to track their collection, to see what else is out there. And then it kept growing and growing, and people had more interest in it. And then, like, over the past few years, I've started working with artists to do custom projects. And that's where I met Rory. And we eventually created a mascot for the site. And then, when you know it, just a few years later, we're sitting here talking about an NFT set that's built around that mascot, being fused with pop culture icons, horror villains, 80s culture. It's crazy how fast it's gone. But yeah, it started as just a way for people to learn what is out there.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to discover more about this. Let's go ahead and Chris and roll the short video so everybody can see what this is all about.
R2 Collectibles presents GeePeeKay Collecting Crap. Build some of your favorite pop culture icons with a GeePeeKay twist. Kablamo! Crack open a hobby pack to reveal craftable body parts and combine those 6 body parts to create their matching level 1 NFT. Kablamo! Rip apart a collector's pack and you'll find blueprints and wacky accessories. Combine a blueprint with its matching 3 accessories to create yourself a level 2 animated masterpiece. I'll rip your face off. But wait, we aren't done yet. Combine a level 1 and a level 2 card to create a legendary slab card. This is for the most serious of collectors, and it's put in a little plastic case to make sure nobody drools on it. Kablamo! GeePeeKay Collecting Crap. Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you there's 4 zany subsets to collect as well. Kablamo! Get your grubby mitts on them November 13th. Or just get them from secondary if you're too slow. And cut! Hey, what the f***'s an NFT?
Those rare instances of a passion project, a fan effort, that's a labor of love for something that actually mutates, very literally in this case, into its own new property and project. And that's what you guys have been building here.
Yeah,
That's beautifully put.
Great way to sum it up, and I'll throw it to Rory. But yeah, I mean, it always has been a labor of love, and it's awesome to have been able to meet Rory and kind of spin it into this next phase. And yeah, it's awesome.
So is it Jeep? Is that the name of the mascot?
Yes.
Or is it Jeep?
Yes,
Okay.
Jeep.
All right. Hard G. So the way in which you sort of suited him up in all of these different collectibles is the green mutated parts of him are sticking out in every character or every outfit. How would you characterize these different possibilities?
Want me to take that, Rory?
So I'll take it. So Jeep is kind of like he's a character on his own. He's kind of like 2 things coming together. He's splitting up. So that's kind of where we had the base character. So we was playing around with what we can do with him and where he could go, and we liked him as an object, so to speak. So we kind of played around with pop culture. So we was throwing in kind of characters you would know and things that you may not, and playing around with really funny objects. This set is actually really interesting because there are so many different ways that you can collect on it. So
I like those options, by the way. As I'm looking here, I'm starting to put together what you're doing. By the way, I think his full name should be GeePeeKay. That's his name. I am.
We just never say his last name, but that's it. Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking here at the packs that you've done some promo stuff leading up to this, but there's all these body parts that come in a pack. In this hobby pack here, it's like 3,000 packs, 40 body part cards, 4 subset cards, and then the collector's pack has 25 blueprint and object cards in 4 subsets. So these are different. Like, these aren't the same things that you're going to get in these 2 packs, right?
And to
No, so
compound
we've
on that,
yeah, so we've kind of got this thing now called Collect and Craft, which is kind of just a little bit more interactive, a bit more fun. It's taking it back to the playground where you've got to collect and put your stuff together, sticker books, whatever. So yeah, as you said, hobby pack. You've got the body parts which make your NFT, but there's like different layers of how you want to collect. So you might get a mint number one of a leg. So you might be a bit cautious about burning that to make the actual NFT or not. So that's one option. And the faster that you put these things together and build it, then obviously the lower the minting on that first NFT character.
and
Then
this
you've got the collector packs, which have got the blueprints and the objects, which obviously relate to the original NFT character. And then they make the all singing, all dancing kind of movie. Yeah. It's good fun, really good fun.
So a lot of the collection is actually locked behind these crafting mechanisms, because much of what's just going to come out of the packs is the sort of reagents that are required to access the real collectibles that are behind the singular body parts.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly
and that's
that.
actually what I really liked about it is, like, it's fun, and like Rory says, you can get a mint number one of a leg or a head, which some people might really like. But I love the idea of trying to, like, oh, I have these four, I need these two, hitting up a buddy, getting the other ones, buying them. Like, it's really more of a way of like building a collection like you did when you were young. And yeah, and the reward is getting, you either get the base card, which is static, which looks gorgeous, or the level 2 one is animated. And the animation we had done for this, they're fantastic. I mean, there's over 50 animations, and each one is unique, and they look so good. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people collect differently. If somebody wants to keep all the body parts, if somebody wants to keep all the level 2s, if somebody, I hope, wants to go crazy and get all the level 3s, like, more power to them. So it'll be fun to watch.
I love these, the way that the card slips into the plastic cover, right? So we can keep it nice and pristine, because we know NFTs decay over time.
Yeah, these are the safest ones out there. So
not these. I mean, you got Darth Vader in here. These are fantastic. And I noticed back here on the crafting page that you've kind of got a little wild card here. So if you're missing a body part, you can use one of these in place.
Yep, donor card. So if you're missing a leg, a torso, or a head, then you can just press that, and then you're in the game. And what's interesting as well, coming into the first quarter of next year, 2022, we've got a staking system. So these are all going to be stakeable. Big things to come from R2 next year.
Let's pull up that staking here. Let's see here, r2collectibles.com. So this is the roadmap for everything R2, but staking is coming to the site. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's it. Lots of exciting stuff coming. We've got a web shop coming. And like you were saying earlier on about the promos, literally about a couple of hours, 10,000 NFTs were burnt. So in about 30 minutes to get 1,000 of the bath bags, which contain 3 body parts. So people are kind of hyped for this already.
Yeah, the response has been great, and I hope it keeps up. And I think it's a ton of fun. Like, it's a pretty unique set. So
I like that the thought you've put in towards making it accessible for people, like with the wildcard system. I'm not sure if I've seen that in another NFT project, but I'm also curious to know more about the staking system, since obviously the announcement of a staking system for any property is usually a pretty big deal in this space, especially on Wax. So can you talk about what the rewards for staking will be?
Listen, we've got lots of exciting stuff in the pipeline for rewards, and multi-layered rewards going on. I literally can't talk about it too much, because some of it's embryonic. We've got different ideas that we're playing around with now. We've got stuff that's definitely going to happen, definitely cemented, but there's kind of so much that we're going to have on offer in first quarter. It's going to be, we've listened to the community, and we're responding.
Well, it looks like a really fun set. And I know for sure that I will be dropping some wax here. It happens on Saturday, November 13th, 7 o'clock UTC, which I believe is now, would that be 3 o'clock Eastern? Is that correct?
2 Eastern, I think.
2 Eastern. I'll tell you, things are really messed up for me in Puerto Rico because we don't move time zones. We're in AST. So Eastern just like ran away from us into the past an hour. And so I'm, I still have to think in Eastern times though. Okay. So you can see your local.
Yeah, you can check it right there. Yeah.
Right here, check your local drop time based on the clock that's right here. This is happening. The countdown is, if you're watching live with us, thanks for watching live, by the way. It is 11:11, make a wish, 6:35 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. It happens in 1 day, 20 hours, 24 minutes, and 25 seconds. And we wish you guys best with it. It's going to sell out. I have no question.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And don't forget to check the Nifty boxes because I know we've got some...
should we show those? Do you want to show?
Why not? Let's get them up.
Show 'em up.
Yeah. Do you have them handy? If not, let me...
Beforehand.
If ping me in the group on Telegram where you link them to me, and I'll find them. I just can't. I've got too many groups, so go ahead and send me a message there. Send me a message there, and I'm going to find these. You guys have to see this. This is going to be for Nifty Box members. We have a unique Joel, Travis, and Zach card that are okay. I found it. All right, let me download these. These are, oh my gosh, these are fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, if I just share, let me just drop them into the browser window. Let's see if that works. Nope, I got to download them. Bear with me. I should have prepared this ahead of time. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I sprung it on you. Sorry.
No, I totally, I knew they were coming, and I totally forgot. Zach, is this, I guess it's not the first time you've been NFTified because you are, of course, the inspiration behind Chaos Theory, but that was your creation. This is going to be the first time that somebody else, right, has made an NFT of you.
Right. This is the first time I've gotten mutilated, and boy, is it an introduction.
All right, I'm looking for my desktop here.
Yeah, you might want to chat to your dermatologist.
Okay, I found him. Here we go. So first, let's do Trav first. There we go. Talk show Travis. So this is Rory previously did this for the Monsters of Rap series too. And so there was a promotional card that was created for Travis and myself for Bad Crypto that went out. And now this is put on the GeePeeKay character. And then we have the same head that you did for me in the Monsters promo on the GeePeeKay. I'm jabbering Joel, because I do jabber a lot, and that head wound still is not healed.
No,
after
you've
all
got
this
plaster. You need the plaster.
Looks good.
And making his debut is Zach Attack with the dice in hand, and apparently he's crapped his pants.
Dude, I was so taken by the blueberry face and the acne outbreak that I didn't even realize there were dice the first time I saw this. Literally missed them.
And you crapped your pants,
which
kind of happened after the Draco dice sale anyway. So
listen, guys, it's always a blast coming on here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas. Good luck. We'll catch you on the next time you come on. I'm sure it won't be long. GeePeeKay.io. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Rory.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Zach, that's pretty funny. Those will be minted to the Nifty box, and I'll make sure that you get in the mint number one of yours, Zach.
Oh boy,
that's totally worth keeping, no question about it. So we've got some other nifty news we're going to talk about here in just a little bit, but first we have a headliner for you, and this is a pre-recorded interview because he wasn't available for the live show, and it's a good thing because if he had been, Ken would have lost a bet of a Bitcoin, but he didn't lose the bet, so that's good. He wins. Let's go ahead and roll the interview with DeadMau5. Two Joels, a Nick, and a Zach walk into a bar, and they're all wearing mouse helmets, but only one of them really has the right to wear that mouse helmet because he is a legend of EDM. He's been doing this stuff for over 20 years, at least publicly, probably long before that as a kid playing on his little Casio.
SK20 gang. Let's
right.
go.
Won a bunch of Grammys. His name is
Actually,
DeadMau5.
I never won a Grammy.
What? You've been nominated for a bunch of Grammys.
Yeah.
All right. I award you one. I
got participation awards.
Yeah. I give you a Grammy. Screw those guys. What do they know? His actual name is Joel Zimmerman. So I told Zach we were going to interview Joel Zimmerman, and he was like, I got to go Google that. And then he found out who you were, and he's like, oh, DeadMau5.
Oh, you've outed me as a non-fan. Way to go.
Well, I don't know shit.
Yeah, because only fans of people know their names.
Yeah,
a little.
right.
We do a little gatekeeping. Okay, that's fine.
So, man, thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, no worries.
We've also got Nick Denbauer. Nick is an artist, super talented, a little freaky, not as a human, just his art is kind of kooky. It's kind of Addams Family kooky. I dig it a lot. And he's very talented, and he's working on a new NFT series that's going to be released featuring DeadMau5. Cool stuff. So, Nick, welcome to Nifty Show, man.
Thanks for having me too.
Yeah. So what are your friends, do they call you Dead? They call you Mouse? They call you Joel? Jay-Z?
Call me Joel.
They call you Joel. That's
yeah.
Good. All right. Mine do too.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. So weird. So Joel, you went down this NFT rabbit hole quite a while ago. I remember seeing what I think may have been the first DeadMau5 series. You can correct me if I'm wrong, was packs of cards on wax.
On rares. Yeah.
Rares.
Rares wax. Yeah.
So you probably, when you heard about NFTs, I'm assuming you were like, wait, I can do what? Right? Did you just go right down that hole?
No, I blockchain's been on my radar for a long time, just in terms of like the tech for like kind of looking at that as that escape route from the norms of like streaming and digital rights management and how music is being outgested and ingested and tracked for, whatever it's going to be, royalties or mechanicals and credits and stuff like that. So blockchain, like the first I heard of it, maybe like about 5-6 years ago, when I started really explore it seemed like a really viable technology that's going to get us out of that post selling physical product to this like streaming money grab that the streaming thing has kind of had a hold on, like the Spotify and this and that. And now it's like kind of going to slowly, well, to my best knowledge, just going to kind of merge into the blockchain stuff. So the NFT concept I didn't ask the questions that everyone's like, what can I just save it? Or print screen it, or like I could look at this for free. Like, so all of that was already like out of mind for me. So I caught on pretty quick,
So you were already tuned into the fact that it means more than just media hosting.
Yes. Yeah. Until Daddy Basil shuts down S3, and then pretty much all the NFTs disappear.
Well, that's why we need IPFS, right? We need decentralized services that won't and can't be shut down. Because
I know, but it's like I think a lot of things that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about is how fragile this really is.
Just the actual content where it's hosted.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of where it only really takes a few data centers to go fuck it.
We're over this. How does that make you feel as an artist, Nick?
I've with my NFTs, I've mailed my one of ones, like a drive with the like master copy, and I make prints that I send them to. So there's that like something tangible that comes with it. So I've kind of done that from the get-go when I started selling one of ones. And I don't know, even like, obviously like minus like a solar flare destroying like Earth here. I mean, we're all kind of on the internet for this shit anyway, but like for this DeadMau5 project we're doing right now, it's got more utility than just the NFT and the collectible. Like we're actually making them all game ready so people can, wear them in metaverse applications or games. So, I mean, I think there's kind of more to it than just, dumping a collectible out there for us. So
that first use case that you're hinting at there, you're talking about sort of these digital wearables that people who are establishing some sort of digital representation can integrate that dead mouse aspect into how they appear to other people.
Yeah, I think Sandbox is going to be the first to pilot that. I think. Yeah, I could be wrong.
I agree. I love that there's like construction going on at your place right now, and they're like,
I think they're building my secret room.
It's not. We just outed it.
Which now everyone knows where to run when they.
It says right on your chair, secret lab. Now you have to just scratch off secret. It's like
public
lab. Okay, so you did this thing on Wax. You've actually done 2 series on Wax. For those of you that aren't familiar, what was done with rares. These are packs that I've still got here in my wallet, and a lot of fun. Oh, you can actually unpack one of these right here.
Do it.
When you saw the unpacking experience, were you like, yes, this reminds me of like when I was a kid and I bought, baseball cards or Garbage Pail Kids or whatever?
Well, that was my initial throw in to kind of what attracted me to this, because about a year before this kind of started for us on Wax and with the rare stuff, it was we had vending machines at shows that had packs, like nondescript packs of mystery pins. And then what we noticed was, people were congregating at these machines after purchase and stuff, and there was like this really cool like kind of social activity of like trading pins, meeting new people and stuff like that. So it wasn't hard to say, hey, this is the online version of that, and it was really a no-brainer for me. Oh, that's a cool one.
I just got a bunch of golds in here. Did you see these?
Yeah, I saw that.
I struck gold.
Calculated.
There are a lot of super cool graphics in the collectible sets that you did on Wax, but as an outsider, it sort of looks to me like there were a lot of inside jokes in there that were really targeted towards people who are already fans of the mouse. So can you explain the whole Goat Lord thing, for example? I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, well, I have a lordship that someone bought me once out in Scotland. You buy like
he's a Scottish landowner.
Yeah. So I can in theory, go over to the passport office and then have lord like as a title kind of thing. And I also own goats, so I am a goat lord.
You own physical goats.
Yeah. Like a goat lord is my correct title. If we're gonna be real like government about it.
Yes, your goatness. No, your goatness.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Look at the Scottish landowner thing is hilarious.
It is so funny. It's like buying shit like property on the moon.
Yes. You may refer to me as Sir Lord Joel Comm. I too am a Scottish landowner. I've got my square meter of dirt.
Yeah, you're laughing now, but wait till they colonize, and I'm like, see that hectare?
Yeah. It'd be like a holdout property, like just making sure they gotta pay you top dollar.
Okay, so the Wax was one thing, and then I've been in very early on another series called Blankos, and I have purchased your character in the Blankos game, which is actually, I'm 57 and I play games like I'm 12 still, right? I don't care. I want to jump around, do platforming and stuff. And these are just so cool. You just had a sale there. I think they all sold out, right? They all went poof, goodbye, no more DeadMau5. And so you're doing stuff on Nifty Gateway. But this set with Nick is your first fully generative set, right?
Yeah, which is really cool. I think Nick can talk more about that because he kind of wrote this really great script to mish that together.
Go ahead, Nick. In fact, if you want to screen share, tell us the name of the set. And while he's doing that, the set is set to go live on November 15th. And as of right now, the website we're just going to refer you to is the official DeadMau5 site. So DeadMau5.com, of course, replace the S with the 5 because we're in the 21st century and we don't spell anything right anymore.
Word. All right. You guys see my screen?
Yeah. There's the Goat Lord.
There's the Goat Lord right there. So this is like, we built a script. It's like a Python script that just randomizes all of these different categories. So we basically split the head up into like skulls, eyes, mouths, and ears, and it just kind of randomizes the different parameters. And then there's also tags on each one. So I can make rules where like this skull only works with these ears or it doesn't work with these ears, whatever, you know? So they kind of like all come together in these like sort of art directed ways where there's kind of dominant strains like this tattoo one and shit. So yeah, they're all kind of like whacked out, but we had to design them in a way that they could still be kind of game ready and not go crazy with the detail, but like still give them enough detail that they look cool. So it's a bit of a balance there. There's some boob eyes. They're not totally.
Oh my gosh, I
is
didn't
funny.
even pick up.
I
on
didn't
that.
even see that. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
Boob eyes.
He had to point it out to us, right?
Yeah, you guys missed that one, right? But the cool thing is, like, and these are just in my viewport. Like the actual renders are looking a lot better.
Just tell me there's no testicle eyes, and I'll be good.
There's no testicle eyes on this.
Oh,
It's not really as nice, you know. See, they look way better. So I'm making 4K renders out of these as well. So when you buy one of these, you're going to get like a kick-ass high-res render, and you're also going to get the 3D model and also the game asset, right? So we're doing a triple banger here for your buck. And I'll just show you some, like, I've got these GLTF files down to like 5 megs each, which is pretty incredible considering.
Oh, nice. Does UE support native GLTF?
Does what? Sorry.
Have you tested it with UE?
No.
Oh,
But
we should.
I sent you this one in Discord.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out after. I want to see how good it is.
Yeah, the shitty thing is like you can't do displacement in it, so or bump maps. It's normal only, so it doesn't have quite the detail that they do otherwise. But they still look pretty dope.
Is
So
this one right here? Is this the ultimate cream of the crop? Like that everybody's gonna want.
It's Joel's avatar. Like no one else gets this one. No one else even gets parts of this one. It's just one of one. So Joel, that's your like. You know.
I want to know what he sounds like. Did that guy have a voice? I mean,
it's like 4 octaves down. It's like hard to understand. Yeah. So in the mix, like so the rarity here, it's pretty evenly spread on most of the parts. Like each one will show up in the set of 5,555 between 80 and 200 and something times. Like, but the rarity in these is like nailing a perfect set. Like, so I've kind of like sprinkled them throughout the data set and engineered that you get the perfect ones. Like this Bitcoin had Bitcoin eyes, Bitcoin skull, Bitcoin mouth, Bitcoin ears. So there's like 20 or 30 of these mixed in that if you get one of these, that's like the perfect match. And then also sprinkled in, I don't think I have it in this set, but there's 5 jokers like with a jester hat and a weird clown mouth and shit. So those are mixed in as well. And there's only 5 of those. And then there's just the regular rarity of the actual parts. There's some that are more scarce than others. Like I said, some are on the low end. Like I think there's maybe a few parts that they only show up 60 or 70 times actually. So there's kind of a natural rarity because of the algorithm. And then also these like forced sets within it. And then also subsets. Like there's lots that have like the Bitcoin skull, mouth, and ears, but different eyes. And there's maybe 20 of those, you know what I mean? So it's like going to break down like that, where I think people will find little subsets that they can cling on to and be a part of a kind of elite force of fucking Bitcoin dorks that have, you know, their little annual meeting where all 20 of them get together and fucking make that. So anyway, so everyone's going to get these things. And then like Joel will come to your house for your birthday once a year because you own the full Bitcoin head, right?
Is that Web3, that GLTF viewer?
I don't know. It's I imagine.
Sweet. And you just drag it onto the site and fucking there.
Yes, there's tons of these viewers. So we're also making a DApp that has a GLTF viewer in it. Oh, when you mint, you're going to get one of these. You're going to be able to. It's all black, but you change the background color. I've matched the lighting from my Octane renders in the viewer, so it's 3-point lighting, very similar to this. Doesn't look quite as good, but it's pretty close. And you can change the color, and it's got some built-in animation, so it does a rotation and jumps up and down. I wish I had it open here. I could dig it up, but I don't think the link's live yet. But yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it.
What's the sound file on the Bitcoin head?
I don't know. You got to make that still, don't you? Well, we were talking about like
hodl at the door.
We were talking about doing a musical aspect to these because everyone's going to have this code now where you've got this 4-number code for your skull, your ears, your eyes, and your mouth. That we could do a cool music project with something like that, with bass line, drums, and lead, and percussion or something like that, and actually like have airdrop everyone a music track, or have it unlock your NFT, unlock a music track with everything's at the same tempo and key. It could be interesting. I don't know. There's tons of shit we could do with this. I don't know where it's going to go yet, but we definitely want to build on it.
And that's one of the things I love about NFTs, right? These are a key that can open and unlock whatever experience we want to tack onto it. And it doesn't stop with one. You can just keep going. Like, you build a community around this, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that you get 10% goes back to the creator every time these are on the secondary market. So the more value you put behind them, the more secondary market sales you have, and that revenue stream keeps going back to the creator.
Yeah. Oh, and we're releasing this on Polygon too, on OpenSea. So this will be, I guess, a wrapped ETH purchase and on Polygon. Just kind of like, there's not a ton of projects on there yet, so I hope we'll be one of the first like good ones.
Now the mouse head has been made into 10,000 different iterations of that.
5,555.
No. I mean, before this project,
Yeah.
because it's mutated every single time you do something new or put out new promotional material. But more have been created for this than ever before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Did you have
100%.
any idea when you were coming up with the mouse head? Because you were just fooling around in the 3D program when you made this, right?
Yeah, it was actually a shader model, like a shader test model that I would use, because I thought I was a badass when I was like 18 years old. I was like, oh, I want to be an animator. I want to be a 3D modeler. And I have to do what Pixar does. I have to do what all these companies are doing with the teapot or the lampshade and all that stuff. I'm going to make my own test shader model to test HDRI and all that stuff. So I whipped up the mouse head, and I figured that was mine. And then that just kind of stuck.
You had no idea it was going to explode into so many different versions of this symbol.
No, it was literally, it was originally just whipped together in 3D Studio Max, like way back in the day.
Now, not knowing some of your early history, did you just roll anonymously with the mouse head for a while, or
for like for the first year or two, probably. Not a lot of people kind of knew what was going on,
because there's still, there's musicians out there that still keep their helmets on.
Right? It's one of those decisions you have to make, I guess, if you're going to take the thing off or on or whatever. And honestly, I just took it off out of frustration, like, because it's just hot, it's heavy,
right? That was my next question.
Like, yeah,
I'm like, that's got to be so much, and at least you're not, you don't look like Gene Simmons. Put the makeup back on, dude.
Damn. Yeah. No, I mean, there's something to be said about, having to build a brand out of that kind of thing too, because that becomes the mark. You know what I mean? That becomes the green, the big yellow arches you see when you're driving down the highway. You know what you're going to get, when you exit that off ramp. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the thinking behind there, because I used to work in marketing and all that stuff too. So I kind of know that, like, that 2-second rule shit. Who's going to listen to DJ Joel Zimmerman? Honestly, if the music was even better or the same or whatever, I don't think I would have had the success if I didn't have my branding on point from the get go.
Here's a bit of trivia for you guys. There is another famous musician, much older than you and older.
Residence.
Nope, but that would have been a good guess for a different question. But he also, his real name that many people don't know him by, also concludes with Zimmerman.
Yeah, Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Oh, of course, but if I would have asked, a bunch of other people.
No, there's actually a really weird story about that, but that's another interview.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't have all fucking night, man. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk crypto and fucking nerd shit.
I'm not Nick. I'm Joel. I'm the other guy.
But you're not wrong. But the first head wearing thing is, you ask any fucking millennial or Gen X, fucking, they're like, hey, that punk for sure, dude. No, it was the Residents.
Oh yeah,
remember that shit? Yep. They were the first ball head dudes. They were the pioneers of that.
It was
shit.
an eyeball, right? It was a big
I did a
eyeball.
video for them like a couple of years ago, big VR video.
Man,
actually, Joel, you helped out with that. I came to your house to render some fucking shit.
Oh,
remember that
HDRI shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
you
cool.
probably remember, Joel, then back probably 20 years ago, they were also really early in the multimedia space, and they did 2 multimedia DVD experiences. One of them was Freak Show, and the other one was Bad Day on the Midway. And they were interactive, visual walkthrough experices that, I mean, real early pioneers.
Ahead of their time, man.
Yeah.
Like at
They
that
just
time.
got into the NFT space too. I heard from Homer, the guy in the band. They sold a I think it was their first NFT like last month. I haven't looked it up yet, but I just heard.
Right.
Wonder what it is.
That's amazing that this topic naturally came back to virtual experiences that people can walk through, because both of you have them. And that was something else I wanted to get to, because, you know, there's all of these companies and projects that are trying to build their own metaverses, their own digital spaces for people to explore. You have Oberhasli.
Yeah, Nick beat me to it because he settled for fucking WebGL. Fucking, he's like, I can do this real quick, and I'm like, nah. It was cool though. His was awesome. Yeah,
mine's all pixel streamed, but it's like,
it's pixel streaming. I thought it was WebGL.
No, it's pixel stream.
No,
but it's it works out. It's kind of a cool. It's like the cool thing about mine is you can do video avatars, like your head's your webcam, and you can chat in it, which is kind of fun.
You guys have to look at Nick's site here. The name of the site and his brand is Smearballs.
Yeah.
Smearballs.
How did that come to be, Nick? I don't even know that.
It was a fucking joke for years. Like it started as like a bunch of my buddies making a blog, and we just posted dumbass videos like green screening ourselves onto like infomercials and shit. And it was just like 4 or 5 of us at one point, and then it kind of like fizzled out. No one else posted shit except for me making my videos, so I just kind of kept rolling with it. So now I'm stuck holding the bag of that stupid fucking name, man. Jeez.
It's easy
I still get jobs with guys like Joel, so I mean it's fine. It hasn't hurt my career.
At least you're owning it, and
you're
even wearing the hat.
Is it like Pfizer picking you up? You know what I mean?
You know what though?
Like,
I've done so many jobs for like this is Old Spice and shit. So there's like people.
Well, that
like,
makes sense though.
Yeah, but there's still like people at KFC and like Procter and Gamble in a fucking ad, like, you know, boardroom saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna hire Smearballs to do this fucking project," which makes me laugh. So.
I like the idea of the Pfizer thing, though. Smearballs brought to you by Pfizer.
Yeah.
They sponsor everything else. Why not?
Talcum powder by
But
Smearballs.
much like your, you know, like you say you wouldn't have made it if your marketing was on point with your DeadMau5 head. It's like fucking, is anyone going to remember Nick Denbauer? It's like, no, but you remember Smearballs, a stupid fucking word, you know? So it works.
I'm going to remember a lot of these visuals. Like these are going to haunt my dreams and nightmares.
They're amazing. Oh, I think somebody actually just smeared something on his balls in that particular segment right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's all. I used to work at Conan. I was I used to do bits for the monologue.
Holy cow. You guys got to go check out the site. First of all, you're going to want to watch this video again. It's smearballs.com. The NFT series is called Heads, HEAD 5. And the link to it is going to be on the official DeadMau5 site, because it'll probably have its own. I'm sorry, I'm still watching this and cracking up here. There's so much going on here. You're so prolific and have done so much content. So Joel, what look into the future, get your crystal ball out. Let's say 5 years. Are we already player one living in?
No, not even close. Everybody's making their own islands right now, and they're struggling to be the one, you know. And then now we've just seen Facebook try to like kind of prelude to them being the one. Yeah.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, I gotta change my name to DJ Facebook. But anyway, fucking but you know, it's cool because like everybody's kind of doing their own little properties right now, because the big word I'm hating in the last 2 years is metaverse. And I'm like, dude, it's not like all one big thing. It's like, I have my metaverse. Ooh, we have our metaverse, and we have this, and there's really no cross communication. The only protocol we have in common is just blockchain shit. You know what I mean? That's it. So so through metadata on the blockchain and stuff like that, yeah, some kind of information, really basic information, could be exchanged between these islands, right? But not things like geometry and game engine type things, because your Unity and Unreal don't really play together all that great outside.
I mean, you can exit like a door in your room and like load.
Oh, I'm in Minecraft.
The next one. I'm
in Sandbox. Oh, I'm in Blankos.
Exactly. That's what we're looking at. Like, it's going to be like that, and hopefully you can like carry your avatar over or something like that. That's about as like linked as it feels like it's going to be in the near term.
For the next little while. Yeah. But until Zuck the fuck comes down and says, okay, this is the most popular one.
Yeah.
like Fortnite's a metaverse in itself.
Yeah.
Really.
Sure.
And now we're starting to see like forks of that. Like Core, right, was basically what Fortnite wanted to be in creative mode, but without the Fortnite branding and injection of all that shit too. So that actually worked out really well for Core, because they were kind of nonpartisan to any property. They're like, yo, we are a modded sandbox game, that's not a Fortnite shooter, that's not a this. So that's been really cool to work with them on Oberhasli, because it's not me under the blankets, jerking off another property, where it would have been like, oh, hey, he's doing a Minecraft concert, right? Well, Minecraft, the brand itself, the property itself, it's a double-edged play, because then Minecraft gets, me and my brand and whoever wants to come experience that with me, but then in the Minecraft property, because Minecraft's end of the game is like, we just want people playing Minecraft. And same with the concerts in Fortnite, which was really cool. So all this stuff would just kind of were tech demos of like, what's possible, how many people, how much concurrency can we get, how is the latency going to be, and then how do we find intersects between the performer and 32 million concurrent people on 10 million different servers, you know what I mean, to make it feel like a cohesive experience that's shared with that many people, as opposed to being locked down to an instance of, well, only 16 players per instance, So that's one of the challenges right now.
And then how do we ruin it with advertising?
Absolutely.
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah, that's the $1 billion question.
Yeah.
Shuck.
That's well. How does your Oberhasli work with groups? It just spawns new clones of itself every X amount of people?
It's just like spillover, you know what I mean? So we only run as many instances as there are people that are in it, right? So you get 100,000, divide that by 32 or whatever our concurrency is per instance.
Yeah,
it's all scalable.
Yeah,
all the way up to all of S3 if we want, but it just nobody has that kind of numbers yet. So
it was really interesting that you specifically used the term islands, because we've been having discussions a lot very similar to that recently. It seems to me that the term metaverse is sort of just being misappropriated by a lot of people, because everyone thinks that they're building their metaverse. They don't know that involuntarily they're really contributing to a larger collective metaverse that everyone is moving towards, and it's just a question of who's going to build the bridges.
That's what I'm saying. So like, maybe, I don't know, say in a utopian society where business wasn't a thing and legal wasn't a thing, I could see, for the effort of humanity, let's build a wrapper that can host Unreal Engine, Unity, Homebrew, fucking, all these game engines and all that stuff that can interchange all this information, right? Let's agree on standards, right? And it's the huge problem with, this is ridiculous. There are 11 different ways to do this. We should come up with a standard. But at the end of the day, what happens is now there's 12 competing standards. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. And often it'll go down to the lowest common denominator, and you end up with like a Decentraland, which is cool, but the model, avatars of 1,000 polys or something, it's like you get these limitations when you standardize things sometimes.
And it goes down from there. We've got some property in crypto voxels, which truly is voxels, right? And it's almost Minecraft. You're building brick upon brick. But I could foresee a bridge future where you go through a portal that you walk from the back door of Decentraland into the sandbox, and from the sandbox into crypto voxels, and there this interoperability of metaverses. Your skins aren't going to be exactly the same, but let's say you own DeadMau5 skin in each of them, and when you walk through the portal, there you are, you're dressed and you're ready to do your thing.
Yeah, and that's where blockchain and metadata within that, like, and I'm just talking letters and numbers, not poly, not looks, no textures, no shaders, no nothing, is going to start to surface sooner than being able to walk from one back door to another, within the same IDE or whatever you're using, or that portal, that main application that's running. Because look at email, for example, right? Remember Genie, and then email, and then all of a sudden it just went, this is fucking stupid. Let's, kind of consolidate this into IMAP or POP3 servers and just standardize that. And then that kind of came to be because there were 3 competing standards with email. There was CompuServe, Genie, and IMAP and POP3, right?
Yep, that's
and
correct.
then they fucking just came to a head one day, but that took like a decade to do.
Yeah, I remember I had a Prodigy email, I had an AOL email, I had my CompuServe, which was the weird sequence of numbers, right? That was your email.
UINs, and ICQ and all that stuff, and then. But here.
Did you just say ICQ? Oh
yeah,
shit!
Yeah, I got my UIN tattooed on my thing. But that's a really good example of where the metaverse is at right now. So we have all these like things, but then along came this company. I can't remember. It was like 3 or 4 guys from fucking the Netherlands, and they built a system called Trillion. If you remember that, and Trillion had AOL, MSN, ICQ, because the meta, right, the data in that stuff was all very basic, rudimentary shit that was like, IRC based and stuff like that. That was just like, oh, this is this pretty, they're all using the same standardized protocol to basically exchange information from one computer to another. Let's build an app that includes all of it, right? So I don't know how they got away with it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was just like kind of a freeware or whatever, because of the laws and GPLs and all that stuff wasn't quite tightened down. But they were able to take MSN, ICQ, IRC, AOL, and have it all in one application, so you could like basically do everything you could do on all those other services within the one. But then as technology kind of came through, they added voice over IP and stuff like that. So certain protocols changed, and then it split off again, to now everyone's like the Discord right now is kind of like that, but there's still people on IRC, there's still people doing this and that too. So there needs to be this wrapper that brings these metaverses kind of not together, but interchangeable and accessible. And that'll be the next 10-year play, I think. I'm not like someone's just going to write the best application ever written that's just going to run everything and everyone's going to be on it, because then you have what's called a fucking monopoly. And then look what happened to fucking the last one we had. It's just, Warren Buffett said, fuck this. Yo, get your shit together, disband this fucking shit, break it up, rename it, and fucking whatever before it burns the fucking world down.
It's funny to me that you're reminding me of these apps that I had long forgotten about. Do you remember the first visual metaverse that came up on the internet where you would have an avatar?
A BBS.
No, visual.
Yeah, dual mode BB. Oh, what do you mean visual?
I don't mean like text. With
yeah. A good friend of mine's brother worked on it. It was called it was way before Second Life. It was the one before that. I know the one. And Carl
like an
Dudo
actual
worked
3D
on
one.
The Palace.
Yes. And then it turned into something else after that too.
The Palace. I'm gonna see if I can find a screenshot of it, because basically you'd have an image as a background, and you'd be like a little floating head.
Yeah.
In it.
So like 2D animation. It wasn't a 3D environment.
Yes,
it was like Mist.
Mm.
Not even
Mist. Pre-CD-ROM Mist. It was like Zork.
Yeah, it's so dated. I'm even having a hard time finding
Go north.
a picture of it.
Get lamp.
You are in a maze of twisty passages.
Cast on the feet of the sandals of Hermes. Have you seen that? Falcon Adventure Call with Limmy Show.
I don't know what you're referring to, but
Ah,
I like
fuck.
it.
Well, one of your viewers does. And he's like,
here we
"Oh,
go.
man, that Joel, he's a cool dude. He gets it.
I found it. You ready for this? This is the palace. This is
That was it. What the fuck?
Yep. That
That's
was
proto metaverse right there.
it. It was, or this is the beginning of it. This is the DOS of the metaverses. Crazy. Dude, really appreciate you guys coming on today and talking all this different things we're talking about. Again, the launch for Heads, it happens on the 15th of November, 5,555. They're going to go super fast. Like this, there's some of these projects I see that there's this question of will they, won't they sell out? Yeah, of course, these are going to go super fast. You guys want to be ready. It's going to be on Polygon, which means no gas fees. Must have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll probably be dropping some more promo info soon. And yeah, I guess we only have a few days.
Yeah.
6 days left.
TikTok, you better get back to designing them.
Yeah,
I've been fucking touring for 2 weeks, so me not doing anything is my excuse.
You're ready to chill. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, let me Zach, you were surprised by something in that interview.
His knowledge of technological history, especially that had nothing to do with EDM, really caught me off guard. It was, you kept bringing up how it was interesting to be reminded of these programs that you had forgotten about, but there was actually a little bit of overlap there because I used to use Trillion and ICQ too.
Sure.
To have all of my chats in one spot, and his observation about how that's gone away because of how platforms have begun to specialize was pretty insightful.
I wonder whatever happened to Trillion. Trillion, so it still exists. Trillion.im. Trillion is a modern and secure instant messaging for people, businesses, and healthcare. So
that's integration it has.
That is really interesting, but there's a pivot there. Did you notice what I said? For people, business, and healthcare, they've pivoted to healthcare professionals. Because it's secure, they're branding it as HIPAA compliant.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is a core of what they're doing. I mean, they kind of read the writing on the wall and probably are like, all right, we need to find a niche because Mark Zuckerberg is ending us, right? Any DM platform is ending us. And so we better find a niche. Good on them.
Yeah.
I wonder if ICQ got absorbed. I had a 6-digit ICQ number. I remember I was pretty early to it.
There was also a brief period of time there that Pigeon was in use.
Pigeon.
Remember
Yes.
Pigeon?
Very good. Wow. Another walk down memory lane. It was cool talking to him and can't wait to get my hands on some heads. Those are great fun. Yeah. So let's, this has been a good respite for you, right? Because it's been a stressful week. For those that aren't aware, Draco Dice went on sale Saturday. Is that right? We did on Saturday?
It was between Saturday and Sunday, yes.
Between Saturday and Sunday, and it was a blockbuster. In fact, more Draco Dice were sold than any of the Blockchain Heroes series that we've done on our own. It was a huge sale. And shortly after the sale, before unboxing was supposed to take place, one of our community members discovered that there was a mess up that some of the metadata wasn't matching the face values on the dice, right?
Yes. And then I dug in and found that was actually a widespread issue. So we had to delay the unboxing. We decided that the best course of action was to hold off, correct the issue, compensate everyone for their wait. So what we've done is we promised everyone who was holding packs at the time that they would have originally been able to be unboxed one random glitch die, which is a brand new material we created specifically for this, for every pack that they held.
Well,
So
every pack that they bought, right?
every pack that was it every
Well,
pack that they
it was at the
bought or held?
snapshot. We took the snapshot before we announced that we were doing it.
Right.
So
So it's going to
whenever
be
we took
close
that
to
snapshot,
right. So it's going to be close to that. And I have been spending almost every waking minute this week auditing and re-auditing and re-auditing the metadata. I caught a bunch of misprints that were actually on the images in the video, so those are going to be corrected. We also sent off all of the metadata to a third-party data validation team who quickly returns to us and said, we only found a few errors. And then we also had a member of our administrative agency give it a look over as well, and he didn't find any issues. So our level of confidence is quite high that the assets that have been minted, are being minted, are going to be largely perfect.
and if they aren't, we can fix those easily enough with a simple asset swap. And we're working on it. We're not going to give any hard time on it. We just want to make sure everything goes smoothly. And we thought it was wise to give everybody the best experience possible for opening rather than just put something that wasn't quite right out there. And our community has been absolutely amazing. I mean, huge shout outs to the Draco Dice Discord community, which is now over 11,000 strong. Fastest growing Discord I've ever been a part of. And everybody's extremely understanding. But we did surprise them by delivering on something else that they weren't expecting quite yet.
What are you thinking of right now?
The promo dice that have been the bane of your existence.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Those.
We learned some lessons on that. When you're depending on the technology of others, they don't always provide you with what you need in order to fulfill. And in the case of the site we were using, the data did not export correctly or in the way that we needed it to, and it led to all kinds of problems. And Zach has pretty much been just loving on this community all day by taking care of everybody that did not receive their promo dice. And what we want to do is we want to get the pack openings rolled out. We're going to start delivering on the partner dices from Colonize Mars, Nifty Blocks, Dark Galaxies, and the others. Founders dice are going to go out shortly after that. And then the glitch dice will go out as the last part of the promised set.
And in case anyone has any doubts whatsoever that we fully intend to deliver on the crazy number of promises that we've made, I'd like to give everyone the first peek at the regolith card that the Colonize Mars dice will be on.
Let's see it.
Let me just clean up my screen here because there's too much stuff.
Here comes the big share screen. Wait till you see all the icons on Zach's desktop. I could pull it up here because it's in our chat if that would be easier since I've already got my screen share going.
I've got it here.
Okay. Do it. Takes a minute for the screen to share.
Right.
So while he's pulling that up, just want to remind you guys that the Sneaker Wars launch, here, I'll go ahead and share that. The Sneaker Wars launch is coming up. Drop number 1. Basically, this was the first pack sale on Solana, and there was so much demand that it crashed the whole system. And so they took a step back wisely, and rather than postpone it and say, all right, we'll be ready in another hour. Oh, give us another hour. Oh, give us another hour. I said, you know what? Just postpone it for several days. They postponed it a week. It's ready to go. It's tested. Again, there's going to be hundreds or thousands of people hitting this tomorrow. snkrwars.com, Sneaker Wars. But have Solana in your wallet and get ready to mint some amazing NFTs from the future. All right. Are you ready to share your thing? Let's see it. There it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. Regolith.
Yeah. So pay attention to the details here, because on the background you can actually see that there's sort of a horizon shot of the surface of Mars. So you've got the starry sky above with a bit of a dusty aura around the dye itself, and then you of course have the terrain of the red planet in the lower portion. And then we've gone for a sort of processed stone feel on the border to indicate the sort of use of available natural resources for building construction. And I think that the Colonize Mars folks are going to be delighted to see how we've done their property justice with this crossover.
Absolutely, it's beautiful. Clark nails it again and again, and he's already top of his game. But everything he does, it just seems like he gets better and better. Like, how do you get better when you're already 100%? But he does, and he makes a new bar for what 100% is.
The two of them together, Clark is amazing, but Cam has also been showing us some fantastic stuff.
I had no idea he was that Cameron was that talented.
But don't actually reveal what that's about yet, because that'll be coming.
That's coming. So, and lots more to deliver on Draco Dice. Finally, one more thing I want to share with you guys. It's Blockchain Heroes in the news again. And we talked about this last week. We are launching on the Internet Computer, which is a fabulous blockchain, fully decentralized and truly empowering to users. And entrepot.app is the marketplace where you could see a bunch of different NFT launches that happen on that marketplace. But look right here. November 12th, noon Eastern. That is tomorrow if you're watching live. We have taken our Series 1 heroes, reimagined, and done new variations, taken the nameplates off of them so you could just see the beautiful art. We've got a new blueprint variation. We've got our classic Shockwave. We've got the Miasma Mythic variation, and there's only 5,000 packs that are going to be made available on this. It starts here, 16 hours from now. 1.5 ICP is what you'll need. So you want to open up a wallet on the Internet Computer. You can go to Stoic Wallet. STOIC is a good place to hold your ICP, but you can buy ICP on Coinbase. And you want to be locked and loaded. I think these packs are going to go fast, and we're looking forward to introducing a whole new, different subset of the blockchain space to our classic heroes.
It's really just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. We're just getting started with this, gang. There's so much on the roadmap. Retro Rebellion is going to be a big deal in December, and there's so much more to tell you about that. And of course, we'll be back next Tuesday with Nifty News for you. So on behalf of myself and Mr. Zach Comm, we're going to ask you to do one thing, and that is brush your teeth. No, do that. Two things. Brush your teeth.
One of these things is going to contribute significantly more to your physical health, and that's the more important thing. Do that. Definitely brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth and eat your vegetables. Okay, three things. Three things that you have to do. Brush your teeth, eat your vegetables, join the Hero Discord at discord.gg/HQ. And four things. Keep it nifty, damn it. Just keep it nifty.